Hi there. Hope you have a fantastic day. This lesson, I will teach you how to graph and interpret inequalities. Of course, there is a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. The question is asking us to choose the inequalities that matches the number line. And we know that the number that further to the right, the largest is this, okay? In another word, the number that further to the left, the smaller it is, okay? Keep that in mind. So question number 1, and if you look at this, we start from number 1, and it's going to this way, right? Pointing to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So we know that these numbers here, they're all greater than 1, correct? Because it starts from here and it goes to this side, okay? So these numbers here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on, they're all greater than 1. So we can write like this. So x is these numbers, okay? This is x. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is x. So that means x is greater than 1. And then that's it, because the circle here is empty. So that means not including 1. Okay, so x is greater than 1. So the answer should be B. So there you go. Question number 2. So we start from 4, but because it's the circle is bubble, or fill up the bubble if you like. So that means including 4, okay? And we can see this, these numbers here, they're all smaller than 4, correct? And these numbers are y values, right? So that means y is less than 4, but because the circle is being filled, so that means including, okay? Y is less than or equal to 4, okay? Keep that in mind. So therefore, the answer should be D. And do not forget, if it less than or greater than, we have empty circle, if you like. And if we have either this or this is greater or equal to, this is less than or equal to, then we have inclusive, okay? Fill up the bubble. So that's what that meant, okay? So please keep that in mind. Please stop the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? Let me go through them with you. Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So question number 3. So we know that these numbers here, because it's pointing to this way, so -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So these numbers are greater than -3, right? Because it starts from -3, but not including -3. So that means these values here are y values. So that means y is greater than -3. And the circle is empty. So therefore, y is greater than -3. So therefore, the answer should be A. So there you go. I hope you got it correct. Question number 4. So we have start from 8, and then we have 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on going this way. And we have this circle here being filled. So that means including, okay? And these values are P. So in another word, we have P is greater or equal to 8. So that is C. That is the answer. And I hope you got it correct. Now, question number 5. So we have -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So that means start from -2. And these numbers are greater than -2, right? But because the circle is being filled up, or color if you like, so this means that including -2. So in another word, K, because these values are K, k is greater or equal to, okay, that is -2. So that means k is greater or equal to -2. So that's the answer. So there you go. The answer is B. Number 6. So we start from -9 and we go this way. So that means -10, -11, 12, -13, and 14, and so on. So we know that all these values are less than -9, correct? Because all these numbers are on the left hand side of -9. So that means it's less than. So that means these numbers are B. So we have B there, right? So B is less than -9. And because the circle is empty, so it's no equal sign, not including -9. Okay. So the answer is B is less than -9. So the answer is D. And I hope you got it correct. Next one, we need to write an inequality for the number lines here. So number 7. So we know that -3, -4, -5, and so on, all these numbers are less than -2, right? So therefore, A, because these values are A is less than -2. And because the circle is empty, so therefore, we don't have an equal sign, okay, underneath. So that is A is less than -2. Question 8. So we start at -9, and we know that -8, -7, -6, -5, and so on. These numbers on the right-hand side of -9, if you like. So these numbers are greater than -9. So these numbers are A, okay, represent A. So A is greater than -9. And because the circle is not empty, so therefore we have an equal sign. So that is A is greater than or equal to -9. Okay, keep that in mind. Please stop the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? Let me go through them with you. So we know that these are n value. So we start from 1 and then we're heading to the left. So that means 0, -1, -2, -3, and so on. These numbers are less than 1. Okay, so that means these numbers are n. So n is less than 1, but because the circle is not empty, so that means we have an equal. Okay, that is n is less than or equal to 1. Now, number 10. So these numbers here, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and so on. So these numbers are less than 7, correct? Because on the left-hand side of 7, if you wish. So that means these numbers are represent x. So that means x is less than 7. And the circle are empty. So that's it. That's the answer. Okay. Otherwise, we need to including 7 by putting an equal underneath if it's not empty. Okay. But because now it's empty, so we need to clear this out. So that's it. And I hope you got it correct. Please stop the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? Let me go through them with you. Question number 11. So we start from 5 and going this way. So we know that these numbers, all of these numbers are less than 5, right? And because these numbers are P, so that means P is less than 5. But because the circle is not empty, right? So therefore we have an equal sign. That means including 5. So in another word, P is less than or equal to 5. Number 12. So we start at 12 and then we go this way. And we have 13, 14, 15, 16, and so on. So these numbers are greater than 12, correct? So these numbers are represent x. So we write x is greater than 12. And the circle is empty. So that means no equal sign, not including 12 if you wish. So x is greater than 12. And I hope you got it correct. Number 13, 24, 23, 22, and so on. So these numbers are less than 25 and the circle is empty. So therefore, x is the number. So x is less than 25. And that's it because its circle is empty. Number 14. So we have w here and start from negative 15. So then go to this way. So that means negative 14, negative 13, negative 12, and so on. All these numbers are greater than negative 15 because on the right hand side of negative 15, right? So that means w is greater than negative 15. And because the circle is not empty, so therefore that means including negative 15. So w is greater than or equal to negative 15. And I hope you got it correct. Now, question number 15. We need to draw a number line for this inequality. So let's start from 15. Okay, so 15 is 15 here. Let's just put 15, number 15 right in the middle. So we do a few number on the right hand side and then a few number on the left hand side. So 15, 16, 17. Okay, we don't have to write every number. 16, 18, 19. That would do. And then on the left is 14, 13, 12, 11. And these numbers here are x. So we just label x. And then we draw a bubble like this. Let me just use different color. Okay, on here a circle right on 15. And x is greater than 15. So greater than 15. So that means these numbers must be on the right hand side of 15 if like. Otherwise, you look at this. 17, 19, and so on. These number must greater than 15. So going to this way. Okay, so keep that in mind. So I just draw an arrow here. And then the circle should be empty because it's greater than, not including, okay, 15. So that's it. This is the answer. Now, for number 16, x is less than or equal to negative 7. So let's start from negative 7 on the middle of the number plan. So number line, if you like. So that means, so negative 7 here. So negative 7. So that means negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3. So on the left hand side is negative 8, negative 9, negative 10, negative 11. And then we want these numbers that must less than or equal to negative 7. Draw a circle on 7, negative, and then less than negative 7. So that means on the left. Okay, so these numbers here are less than negative 7. So you can, of course, by drawing this, you can use ruler with different color. So you can make it easy to read. So I just draw on here. Okay, so harder for me to use ruler on this, on the screen here. So I just draw it, make it easy to see. So there you go. But because of less than or equal to negative 7, we need to fill up the bubble. Okay, or make sure the circle is not empty. Fill it up. So this is it. X is less than or equal to negative 7. Please stop the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? Let me go through them with you. So question number 17. A is greater than negative 3. So we start from negative 3. So just write negative 3 right in the middle here somewhere. So negative 3. Okay. And then on the right hand side will be -2. Of course, you can say -2 here, and then you can write -1, and then 0, 1. That will do. And on the left is -3, -4, -5, and -6, -7. Okay. Of course, you can write -5, -6, -7, but you don't have to write every numbers. Okay. So of course, the number lines, these numbers are A. So now, circle the -3. Let me just use different color. I can just circle on -3. And because A is greater than -3, all the number on the right hand side of -3 are greater than -3. Okay, so we just draw an arrow this way, a line, and then put an arrow. So that's obvious. So there you go. So A is greater than -3. Number 18. So B is less than 12. So let me just label B here. And then we start 12 here somewhere. And on the right hand side, 13, 14, 15, 16. So now on the left hand side, 11, 10, 9, 8. Then we circle 12 like this, and less than 12. So all the numbers on the left hand side of 12 is less than 12. Okay, so you can see it here. So let me just draw a line, make it a bit thicker so easy to see, an arrow. So there you go. But because it's less than or equal to, so therefore we need to fill up the circle. So there you go. B is less than or equal to 12. Number 19. T is less than or equal to 1.5. Of course, you can write the scale however you like. Okay, your scale is depend on how you write it. Okay, there is no wrong or right. So for me, I make it like this. Okay, so let's say I start from 1, and then 1.5, then 2, 2.5, 3. Okay, it's your choice. Of course, you can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each box if you wish, but your choice. Okay, and we have 0.5 and then 0 here, and then -0.5, -1 here if you wish. So we circle 1.5. So 1.5, let me just use different color, easy to see. 1.5 is here, and less than 1.5. So this means that on the left hand side of this, okay, they're all less than 1.5 from this onward. And then because of less than or equal to 1.5, so we need to fill up the circle. Okay, coloring it if you wish. So there you go. So there you go. This is the answer. Now n is greater or equal to -23. So we start -23 over here somewhere. -21, -20, -19. And of course, this is n. And left hand side, 24, -25. And -26, -27. Something like that, okay? And we circle the number -23. Because start from here. And n must greater than or equal to -23. So that means all these numbers on the right hand side of -23 are greater than -23. So of course, and I hope you use ruler to draw it because it's more neater. Okay, keep that in mind. And because of equal, greater or equal to, so I just fill up the bubble or fill up the circle if you wish. So there you go, and this is the answer, and I hope you got it correct. Please stop the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How do you go? Let me go through them with you. So y is greater than 0. So let me start 0 here. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is y, of course. And -1, -2, -3, -4. And it's greater than 0. So we circle at 0. And then all the number on the right hand side are greater than 0, right? So we're pointing this way. So we draw an arrow here. So that means all these numbers are greater than 0. So there you go. So number 22, x is greater than or equal 3¼ So let's start from number 3, somewhere here, number 3. So after number 3 is number 4, but we know that 3¼ So let me just do 2 grid is 1. Okay, so 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. And of course, this is x and 2.5 and 2. And then 1.5, so this is 1, if you wish. So now, remember, we circle 3¼ Of course, we cannot do exact, which is roughly 3.5 here. So before 3.5, so half of that, roughly here, okay, somewhere. So this one here, so that means 3¼ because halfway here is 3½ So keep that in mind. And then all these numbers that is greater than 3¼ that means right hand side of 3¼ So that means all these numbers here are greater than 3¼ And because of equal as well, greater or equal to, so we need to fill up the circle. So there you go. This is the answer. And I hope you got it correct. 23. P is less than -6 2/3. So let's start from number 6, negative. So -6 here. So let's make this is -5 and this is -4. Okay, 2 grid, 1 number. Easier, that's all. Of course, you can write 1 grid, 1 number, but it's just harder to see. That's all. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so that this one here is -7 and -8. And then we know that is -6 2/3 less than -6½, right? That means -6½ here. So therefore, a little bit more. So that means it's here, roughly. Okay, and there you go. And now it's less than that. So that means all the number on the left hand side here. Okay, that is all these number less than 6 2/3. So there you go. But of course, it's hard to read. So therefore, we better write the number down. Okay, so this number here is -6 2/3. And of course, we should write on here as well, 3¼ So we know that it starts from 3¼ and starting from -6 2/3. So better we write it out, okay? Because otherwise we can't read it. It's not exact. That's how we do it, okay? Now, number 24, P is less than or equal to 3 4/5. So we start from 3 somewhere along the line here. Let's make it halfway, roughly. So 3 and then 4 here and 5 here. And of course, this one is P. Of course, this is P as well. And then we have 2 and we have 1. And 3 4/5 almost to 4, correct? So just roughly here somewhere. Let me draw it just before 4. Bubble. And then less than that. So that means all these numbers less than. Okay, so there you go. And because we have less than or equal to 3 4/5. So we close the bubble or the circle if you wish. Let's make it bigger. So let me just write the number down. This is 3 4/5. So there you go. And I hope you got it correct. Now, next one. So we need to write an equation for the situations. And then we need to graph them on the number line. So question number 25. Amelia wants to buy a toy that costs more than $10. So more than $10, that means X is greater than 10 because X is represent money. Okay. So that is X is more than mean greater than 10. That would do. So now to plot that on number plan or number lines, so we start from 10 here, 11, we can write like that, 12, so this is X, so this is 9, this is 8, that we do. Of course, you can write one grid, one number if you wish. Then we circle 10, like that, on the line, and greater than 10. All the numbers that on the right hand side of 10 is greater than 10, right? So that means here, all these numbers greater than 10. So there you go, and not including, okay? More than $10. So that means not including 10. Okay, 10 is not more than 10. So 10 is equal to 10 if you wish. So therefore, the circle should be empty. Now, please stop the video. Do question number 26 yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? Let me go through it with you. So we know that Sarah must be at least 13 years old to sign up for a teen program. So X is the age. So X at least, that means from 13 onward. Okay, so that means including 13. So X is greater or equal to 13. So she either 13, 14, 15, and so on. Then she can sign up the teen program. So that's it. So this is X. So let me just write 13 here, right in the middle somewhere here. 14, 15. This is 12, 11, something like that. And we circle 13. And the numbers that greater than 13 is on the right hand side of 13, right? So these numbers. There you go. So then it's because of greater or equal to. So we need to fill up the circle. So there you go. And I hope you got it correct. Please stop the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? Let me go through them with you. Question 27. A lift only works for loads no more than 500 kilograms. And let X be the load. So that means no more than 500 kilograms. So that means it can be equal to 500 because 500 is not more than 500. It's equal to 500. So that means including. Okay, so X must less than or equal to 500 in order to be working. Okay, so let me just rewrite this. The 5. There you go. And let me just write here. This is 500. And this is X. Of course, easier if just write 500, 600, 700, and so on. Okay. Of course, you can write 501 and 2 and so on. But easier, I just write 600 here. Okay. And then 700. This is 400. This is 300. Okay, so keep that in mind. And I circle 500. And we want all the number that less than 500. So this means this way, like this. And fill up the circle because we have the equal here. Okay, so that's it. So there you go, and hope you got it correct. Number 28. Students must be younger than 18 years old to enter a junior competitions. So X be the age, okay? So much younger than 18 years old. So not including 18 because 18 years old is not younger than 18 years old. So therefore not including. So X is less than 18. So let me just write 18 here. 19, 20. And then this is 21, 22. X, and then 17, 16. 15, 14. So there you go, less than 18. So all the number that is below 18. In another word, on the left hand side of 18. Let me circle 18 here. And all these numbers less than 18. And of course, we leave the circle empty because not including 18. Okay, and I hope you got it correct. Please stop the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How do you go? Let me go through them with you. So we know that a theme park only allows people 120 centimeters or taller. Okay, so that means it must be from 120 centimeters onward. Okay, so h is represent the height. So that means h is greater or equal to 120 centimeters, right? So just write height here. So we start 120 here, and this one here 130 that we do, and this is 140. Easier for me. Okay, of course you can write however you like. Okay, and as long as greater than 120 on the right hand side and less than 120 on the left hand side. So that should be 110, and this is 100. And we circle 120, and we want to be greater than 120. So all the numbers on the right hand side of 120. So these numbers here are greater than 120. So there you go. And of course, we have an equal sign as well. H is greater or equal to 120. So we need to fill up the bubble here, or fill up the circle. So there you go. So that is the answer. Question 30. So we know that the weight must no more than 2,000 kilograms. So W is represent weight. So that means W is no more than, that means less than or equal to 2,000. Because 2,000 is not greater than 2,000. Okay, so that means we're including 2,000. And this is W. So let me just write 2,000 here. And here is 3,000. And this is 4,000. This is 1,000. And this is 0 if you wish. Now we circle 2,000. And less than 2,000 mean all the numbers that on the left hand side of 2,000. And you can see that clearly here. These numbers less than 2,000. And we know that is less than or equal to 2,000. So we need to fill up the circle. So there you go. I hope you got it correct. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.